Happy Monday morning, guys. Welcome to our new YogaFlow class, YogaFlow 2 class at noon. First time giving it a whirl. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for making it to your mat. Let's see how this goes. If it seems like it's a good time for you and you come back, then we'll keep it, right? My name's Carrie. If I haven't met you before, really nice to have you join me today. Why don't you take a couple moments to get yourself settled in if you haven't done so already. Close your eyes. There is a Spotify link on your Zoom invite if you so choose to play that along. Fantastic. There's a couple of songs that are just sort of settling songs at the beginning of class. I'll begin my flow with the bittersweet with Verve. I'll tell you when. I'll count down to have you play that. If you choose to play along, it's not about the music. It's really about the breath and the movement. So thanks for making it to your mat. Let's get started. So I'm going to encourage you to bring your big toes together to touch. Spread your knees nice and wide on the mat, and let's slowly bring yourself into extended child's pose. If that doesn't feel so grand on your knees today, a comfortable seat, Shavasana, whatever feels right for you that helps you bring yourself onto your mat and into your practice. If you're choosing extended child's pose, big toes come together to touch, knees nice and wide on the mat. And just go ahead and surrender your forehead all the way down. Oftentimes is the posture that we choose to start our yoga class because it helps us to draw that awareness inward. Sometimes we call that humbling ourselves on our mat. And that great posture. And again, regardless of what you've chosen, what posture you've chosen to start your class, if you haven't done so already, be mindful to close those eyes. And then once your eyes are closed, use this moments at the beginning of class to check in with yourself, with your body, with your mind chatter. And see if you can use the magic of that breath to slowly, gently bring yourself a little bit further into your practice with each breath. Begin class in stillness. Begin with the stillness of the body and then with the magic of our inhales and exhales. We try, we practice, finding a little more stillness of our minds. If you're holding some tension or tightness in that body, if you're feeling like you can't quite bring yourself onto your mat, try to take some big breaths in through your nose. And then sigh that breath out through the mouth. Sometimes I use the visual of fogging your mirror. So do that a couple times on your own. Big breath in through your nose. Huge, gorgeous open mouth exhale. A couple more times on your own. Yeah, let it go. Now we begin each practice in some variation of stillness, some posture. It's a posture that we encourage you maybe to come back to if you feel like maybe your breath has gotten away from you, or maybe that mind has decided to leave its mat. Come back to this posture, this very beginning spot. I call this your launching pad. And see if you can start again. Regardless of the posture you've chosen, keep that breath moving. And see if you can weave that breath throughout your entire practice today. Take a big breath in through your nose. On your next exhale, climb your way onto all fours. And as always, like we always begin our class, let's begin to cycle through those cats and cows. Be super mindful that your joints are stacked, knees below the hips. Your shoulders, elbows, and wrists in one line. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Drop the belly, bring the gaze forward. Exhale around the spine, bring the ears to the biceps. Second time through, close your eyes, drop the belly, come into your cow pose. Round the spine, come into your cat. Third time through, let's find that cow pose. See if we can go a little deeper this time. And this time as you round the spine and come into your cat, let's hold. See if you can puff up the backside way to the ceiling and maybe come all the way onto your fingertips. See if you can go in a little deeper. Gaze in towards your belly button. Take a breath in. And exhale. exhale, nice and slowly let your hands come flat. Come to that neutral tabletop. Walk your hands closer to your knees. I'm going to come and face you for this moment. We'll move into that beautiful posture, bringing that right knee bent out. If you feel like you want a little bit more stretch, go ahead and straighten out the leg. You can keep the top of the foot facing the ceiling or flex the toes towards your camera. I'm assuming you're facing me, that is. Reach your arms to the sky, take a big breath in. And nice and slowly arc over that leg. So for me, I'm arcing over my right side. Walking your fingertips down the leg. Trying to keep the bicep next to the ear. Notice my body isn't over my thigh, but facing you, facing the camera, excuse me. Breathe. Roll up that top wrist, wiggle those fingers, take a breath in. Let the left fingers guide you up and over. Nice and slowly taking that left hand down toward the floor. As it comes to the floor, reach your right fingertips to the sky. And again, maybe that wrist circle or fist circle. You feel okay here, flex your right foot and begin to lift it off the floor. Yeah, you might feel that in your right glute. That feels like a nice stretch. Stay there. If not, maybe take the right toes down and try again. Turn your top arm toward the left side of your room or the opposite of your floating leg and drop it. So you have a nice long line from your middle right finger to your right heel. Continue to press the mat away. Breathe 3. Breathe 2. Right toes down if they aren't already. Right fingertips to the sky. Lift up. And then bring your right knee to meet your left. Roll up those shoulders. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, nice and slowly left leg comes out. Maybe straighten, pointing the toes, top of the foot to the ceiling. Or you turn your toes toward the camera. Reach those arms up, take a breath in, and nice and slowly let's move into our gate pose on the opposite side. Really breathing into that right side body. You know those things that might feel good with the fingers and the wrists as you do so. Again, try to take that bicep up. So sometimes it helps if you bring your gaze to the ceiling. That'll slide that bicep back a little bit. Take a big breath in. Right fingertips reach up. Let the right hand come down. And slowly begin to lift the left fingertips to the sky, and then you decide what you want to do on this side. Maybe you're going to float and flex that top foot. Then you take it down, relax through the shoulders, float. Top arm bicep drops towards the ear. Breathe from my middle left finger to my left heel. Nice long line of energy. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. And breath out. One more inhale. Left toes down, left fingertips come to the sky. Lift up. And both knees come to the mat. Give your shoulders a roll. And reverse that shoulder roll. Nice and slowly, we're going to be beginning to transition into our downward facing dog. So nice long length of your mat. Hands to the mat. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands a little closer to your knees. Let your knees hover. See if you can fire up those lower abdominals. Stay here and breathe for 3. And breathe 2. Straighten up your legs. Sink your heels. Press your chest to your thighs. Downward facing dog. I'm going to guess if you haven't started your day in down dog, you're going to feel this behind the knees and the back of the hammies, maybe your calves. Take that dog for a walk. So press one heel to the mat and bend the opposite leg and do that on the other side. And breathe. And then slowly sink both heels. Let's press the chest a little closer to the thighs. Spread the fingers nice and wide on the mat. Your next inhale, lift up high onto the tiptoes. Only moving the lower half of your body, sink the heels back down. Try not to shift the weight too far forward in the hands. Inhale to leg come up nice and high the tiptoes and sink the heels. And one more time, come up. And one more time, come down. Walk your hands back toward your feet. Let's take a nice wide-legged ragdoll pose. Take your feet a little wider on your mat, heavy head, bend the knees. I'm going to turn and face you. Now maybe today is one of those days where you're going to feel it in your shoulders. So maybe you're ready for a little chest expansion. Maybe you've already been at your desk, at your laptop, at your instrument, whatever it might be. You feel it in your shoulders. I know traditional ragdoll pose is opposite hand to opposite bicep. If that feels better with that pendulum swing, go get it. I want you to marinate in your forward fold a little. Playing with the idea of shifting the weight a little bit further to the balls of the feet, and then pressing it back, maybe lifting your toes off the mat. If you're feeling it in your neck, see if maybe it might, nodding of the head, yes or no, feels good for you today. And maybe look from your right to your left. If you've got tight hamstrings, I'm going to encourage you to bend your knees even more. Yeah? And then switch, do something just a little different. Something that feels good in your body. And then drop the arms. Little heavy head, little bend in the knees. Let's roll all the way up to standing. Taking the time to stack one vertebra on top of the other. And then roll your shoulders at the top. And roll them back one more time. And let's roll them forward. Go ahead and tilt your feet together to touch. Bring your hands into prayer position at heart center. And close your eyes. Ooh. With the eyes softly closed, we take these moments to stand at attention. We use this moment to maybe set a dedication or intention for our practice. Maybe today it's something that we're grateful for, we're thankful for. And when that comes to mind, exhale it out with your next breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Go ahead and let the arms come down. Wiggle the fingers, roll out those wrists. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I want you to swing your arms to the sky, but then I want you to melt your shoulder blades down your back. I just want you to stay right here with me for the moment, yeah? I want you to shift the weight forward and come into the balls of your feet. Just lift your heels just a bit off your mat, yeah? If you feel like you're ready, lift them even higher. Come into your high heels. And then exhale, let your heels come down to the floor. Inhale, come all the way up, articulate through those feet. Engage the muscles in the legs and sink the heels. And one more time, come all the way up. And then come down. 2 more times, up, down, up, down. All right, let the prayer come right back to the heart and through. Relax the shoulders. Take a breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. We're going to begin to move through our sun salutations. Starting at Bittersweet Symphony by The Verb. I'm 3, 2, and 1. Ready. Inhale, sweep your biceps to the sky. See your thumbs. Exhale, take that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little deeper. We're going to reverse that. A little bend in the knees as you sweep your arms up. See your thumbs at the top. Slide that prayer right back into your heart. 2 more times, just like that. Taking up a little bit more space each time, reaching the wings a little wider. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Go ahead and fold a little deeper. Inhale, reverse. And prayer to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, let's swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank, and hold. Let's rock and roll back and forth if you've got your toes curled under. Otherwise, maybe today you've got your knees on the mat, shoulders out of ears. Keep breathing with me. Inhale. Exhale. Gliding in your plank or holding with your knees on the mat. Stay here and breathe for 3, and 2, and 1. Glide back downward facing dog. Walk the hands just a little closer toward the toes as you breathe into the back of the knees. Take a big breath in. Let that breath go. Inhale, gaze to the hands. Exhale, bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse, sweep it up. See your thumbs. Slide that prayer right into your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, and hold on your knees or toes curled under. Let's slide forward just a little bit. Think about the elbows coming right to the sides of your body as you lower down halfway. Come right back on up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Come on up. And glide into downward facing dogs. You don't like those yogi push-ups? Hold your plank. You don't like plank? Slide into down dog. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Go ahead and fold it. Inhale, reverse, sweep it up, see your thumbs. And slide that prayer right into your heart. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump your feet back. Move through your chaturanga this time. So maybe that means for some of you coming into your upward facing dog. Maybe enjoy the up dog a little bit, keeping those shoulders out of your ears. Yes. Lie back downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, nice and slowly begin to reach your right toes to the sky. Reach them up nice and high. Breathe into your standing leg as you sink your standing heel. Circle that ankle. If you want to bend the knee and circle out the ankle in that direction, go right ahead.
Inhale, straighten out right leg. Exhale, bend that knee, sweep your foot between your hands. Your modifications to come onto your back and knee, yeah? Otherwise, keep the back toes curled under, shoulders out of ears. Let's take a nice little gentle twist. I'm gonna look away from you, right fingertips to the sky. And slowly let the hands come down, shoulders out of ears. Feet are on your train tracks if your toes are curled under. Again, modification is knee down. Slowly begin to stack your shoulders over your hips. If you're ready, reach your biceps to the sky, settle in. Get a nice stretch into that left hip flexor. If it doesn't feel right, remember, knee can come down. Breathe. Inhale. Take a look at your front knee. Make sure your knee's not buckling towards your big toe. Try to keep it lined with that front foot. Just gonna add a little stretch. I'm gonna turn and face you for this. Let's take your right arm underneath your left. You can rest your hands on your shoulders or wrap one more time. Lift the elbows up, press the front away. So for most of you, that'll be your camera, your computer. Yeah, breathe. Inhale. Exhale. What happens if you lift a little higher? Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Let's release. Sweep them up. Bring the gaze up. Take a breath in. Exhale. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Press your mat away as you slowly, quietly set your right foot back to meet your left and move through your chaturanga. So yogi push-up maybe for some of you. I'll meet you in down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left toes high. Reach them up nice and high. Breathe into that standing leg. And then circle that ankle or bend the knee. Play here. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend that knee. Sweep your foot between your hands, either taking the modification with the knee down or keeping the toe curled under, being mindful that your feet are on train tracks, or for some of you, the idea is skis. Biceps up. I'm over the skis. I want spring. Breath in. Breath out. Breathe into this hip flexor. See if you can sink a little lower. You've checked yourself. Look at that front knee. Be mindful that it's not buckling in. Open that knee open. Reach up. Take a breath in. Relax your shoulders. Left arm comes underneath, right? Let them rest on your shoulders with the elbows up, or one more rep. And then lift the elbows up and press the knee away. To really get into that funky space in your shoulders. These are called the eagle arms. We're going to play a little bit with eagle today. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Release up. Big back gaze up. Exhale. Hands come down to frame that foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Move through your chaturanga. Down dog's where we meet. Keep breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Step, jump, climb, crawl, walk to the top of your mat. Inhale will bring you into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. Sweep it up. See your thumbs. Yeah. And as you reach the top, let's interlace your hands and press the floor away. As you bring it down, sweep those interlaced hands forward. Sweep those interlaced hands to the sky. Relax your shoulders. Let's come back up onto the tiptoes like we did before. Breathe. 3, 2, heels down. Your palm comes together to touch, and then you fold the prayer right through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, clench your hands, separate, jump your feet back. Move through your chaturanga. I'll meet you in down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Walk your hands a little closer to your toes. Let's add on. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, bend that knee, sweep your foot between your hands. Crescent lunge. So when you're ready, reach your biceps up. You want to add the eagle arms, go right ahead. Right arm comes underneath your left. Maybe wrapping once and resting, or wrapping twice and lifting. And then settle into your crescent lunge. Breathe. You feel okay here. What happens if you lift those interlaced hands up a little higher, bringing your gaze up? What happens if you walk those fingertips across your ceiling to see if your forearms can become parallel with your ceiling? Breathe. 3, 2, bring it forward and release. That should feel good on the shoulders. Breathe in. Whoops. Exhale. Find your warrior 2. Let's get low. Yeah. Maybe bring the hands to the hips, shrug those shoulders, and then fiercely reach to the front and back of the room. Take a look at that front knee. Again, I don't want that knee buckling in. Open it up. Some of you might need to take that right heel a little closer to the middle of your mat. And then breathe. Take an inhale. Let's try those eagle arms again. Right arm underneath left. Wrap them and settle in. Little exercise here. Let your elbows come down towards your belly button. And then lift them up. Stretch, 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 stretch. Breathe into that back. Nice and slowly let them come down. Inhale, lift them up. And let it come down. And lift. One more time. Down. Lift them up. Take a breath in. And release. Inhale, flip your front palm. Let's take a reverse warrior. So in reverse warrior, that front knee still has the bend. Back hand might be tracking down the leg or half binding. Right arm might be reaching to the sky or maybe back, depending on what kind of side of back body stretch you want. Yeah. Take a breath here. Nice and slowly. Let's bring our arms parallel with our floor and straighten our leg. Relax the shoulders, wiggle those fingers, take a big breath in. And nice and slowly come back into that warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior again. Let's flow. Inhale, glide through two. Exhale, deep extended. Inhale, two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, two. Deep extended, maybe a little deeper this time. Inhale, two. Reverse and hold. Breathe three. Breathe two. And one. Hands to the mat. Maybe this time when you step your right foot back, you give it a float and you move through your chaturanga. Your call. Maybe today is not a chaturanga day for you. Maybe today is a downward facing dog day for you. Regardless of where you're at, keep breathing in your downward facing dog. As we slowly begin to transition to the same thing on the other side. Inhale, reach your left toes up nice and high. Bend your knees, sweep your foot between your hands. Find your crescent lunge on the other side. And relax your shoulders, gang. Set it up, take a look at those legs. This time the left arm comes underneath. And find those eagle arms. Yeah, breathe. Lifting the elbows up, pressing the front wall away. Again, maybe your modifications, hands on the shoulders. You can bring your gaze up, maybe reach your fingertips up a little higher. Or maybe some of you are going to walk those fingertips across the ceiling, working toward forearms parallel with your ceiling. Breathe three. Send your energy into those shoulders. Two. Gaze and arms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, blossom up in warrior two. And again, if you need to relax from those eagle arms and those shoulders, and then find your warrior two, go right ahead. Front knee track into your pinky toe. Shoulders over hips. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Let's take that left arm underneath your right. And that eagle arms, lift them up. Press knee away. Yeah. Breath in. Try to stay deep in that front knee track into your pinky toe. Little exercise. Nice and slowly, elbows slide down. Fingertips reach up, reach up, reach up. Sliding down. Reach them up nice and high. Take them down. Reach them up. Last time, take them down. Reach them up and hold, breath in. Whoo, release. Inhale, flip your front palm. Let's reverse our warrior. Keep the legs just as they are. Stay here. Maybe taking your half bind. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Your gaze can be up the hand or maybe you're checking out your back foot. Entirely up to you. Breathe. Let's find a little flow. Come into your warrior two and glide into extended side angle. Inhale, lift back into your warrior two and exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, two. Let's get a little deeper in our extended. See if you can reach. Inhale, two. Exhale, reverse and hold here for three. And two. Curl your hands down to frame your front foot. Step or float your left leg as you move through your chaturanga. And I'll catch up with you in down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Hold and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. And slide that prayer right to your heart. Pause here, shake it out. Breath into your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Maybe we could add a little on. As you slide your hand prayer down, interlace those hands again and press down toward the floor. Get into those shoulders again. Firing up those legs. Your feet are firmly planted. Swing those interlaced hands to the front of the room. And then swing into the ceiling. Relax the shoulders and maybe come up onto the tiptoes for 3 and 2. Palms together. Hold the prayer towards center. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your feet back, move through your chaturanga, hold your plank, whatever it might look like for you. I'm catching up with you in down dog. Keep breathing. Inhale, right leg high. Bend your knees, sweep your foot between your hands. Inhale, reach your biceps to the sky, crescent lunge. Nice and slowly find your eagle arms. Pausing here or walking those fingertips across the ceiling, forearms parallel with your ceiling. Nice and slowly come up. Sweep those arms up, take a breath in. Exhale, find your warrior 2, get nice and low. Take your right arm underneath your left, that's fine, the eagle arms again, lift up. And press down. Inhale, lift up. And press down. Inhale up. Let them come down. Lift up and release into your warrior 2. Flip your front palm, let's reverse that warrior. Oh, let's glide through 2. Extended side angle. Warrior 2, and reverse. Warrior 2, let's get a little deeper. Maybe hand comes down toward the floor. Inhale 2, reverse, take a big breath in. Curl those hands down. Step or float that right leg as you move through your chaturanga. I'm gonna catch up with you in downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky. Bend your knees, sweep your foot between your hands. Sweep your arms up. Take that left arm underneath your right. Lift up and maybe across the ceiling. Forearms parallel. And bring it forward. Release. Inhale. Exhale, grab your 2, get low. Take your left arm underneath your right one more time. Lift up. And let it come down. Lift, 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 lift. Stretch and breathe into those upper shoulders. Let it come down. One more time up. One more time down. I lied. One more time up and release. Flip your front palm. Let's reverse. Oh, inhale, glide through 2. Exhale, extended. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Let's get deep. Yes. Inhale 2. Reverse, take a huge breath in. And then curl your hands down to the mat. Step or float that left leg as you move through your chaturanga. And I meet you in downward facing dog. Find your big breath in. Find a huge exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Go ahead and fold it. Inhale, reverse, sweep it up. See your thumbs. Prayer to the heart. Take a breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let's slide a little balancing in between our sequencing. We'll try the balancing from all the directions. Relax your shoulders down your back, strong legs. Feet firmly planted on your mat. Shrug those shoulders, yeah. Neutral pelvis as you slowly begin to come into your chair pose. Losing that duck butt, that severe sway. Find that little bit of tail tuck, yeah. Shift that weight in your heels. Take a look down. Maybe you got your toes way over your knees, way over your toes. And your heels back down so you can sit back a little further, yeah. Breathe. You can add the arms if you like. Let's reach fingertips forward. Plug the shoulders into their sockets and then glide the biceps next to the ears. You feel okay here? Take your right arm underneath your left. Wrap one more time. Modification on your shoulders, otherwise wrap. Lift up. Breathe into those shoulders. Take your right leg up and over, kickstand. Where's your breath? Where's my breath? Maybe wrap one more time around that standing leg. Breathe. I'm going to turn to the side here for the moment. Breath in. Breath out. See if you can slide your back down the wall behind you and sit a little lower, feeling that compression in the legs. And lift your elbows up. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly begin to fly your eagle as your elbows come towards your knees. Forearms become parallel with your mat. Puff up your back, around your shoulders, like press the mat away with your forearms. And then some of you might like to unwrap your top leg Maybe you're gonna take your foot back first and adjust, or some of you might float it and begin to transition into your warrior three legs with eagle arms. I'm ready to let my wings release. Palms are gonna face down, little up dog of the chest. So imagine that you're lifting your right heel, you're bringing your gaze forward as you find your airplane. Breathe here for 3. Lift your right heel a little higher, 2. And 1. Slowly right foot meets your left. Roll out that standing ankle, shake it up. Take a breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, chair pose. Reaching fingertips forward, plug those shoulders into their sockets, reach your biceps up. Right underneath left this time, reach up. Left leg up and over, kickstand, opposite side. You can keep that foot kickstand. If you're lucky enough to have a block, maybe some of you have your toes resting on a block. Maybe you're gonna wrap one more time. If you're wrapping, lift those elbows up, slide your back down the wall, sink a little bit lower. Take a breath in, fly your eagle, elbows to the knees. Really hollow out that belly, puff the upper back up toward the ceiling. Yeah, round that spine, breathe. Press the mat away with your forearms, breathe. And maybe we unwrap that top leg, floating or maybe setting it back first as you come into your warrior three legs. Or maybe you find your airplane. Fingertips reach to the back, palms face down, bring your gaze up. Breathe. You fall out, come in. You got a wall, use it. 3, 2, left foot meets the right. Roll it up, shake it out. Breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're going to flow it out. We're going to add a little flare in our flow before we make our way down to our floor for a little core work today. So stick with me, okay? If you need to take a quick drink, please do so right this very moment. And then we'll keep moving. Take a breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, let's flow. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump your feet back, moving through your chaturanga. I'll catch up with you in down dog. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right toes high. Bend your knees, sweep your foot between your hands. Modification to the back knee, otherwise you come right back into that crescent lunge. Right arm comes underneath the left. Lift those elbows up. Maybe walk them across the ceiling. Take a breath in and a breath out. Here's your challenge. Shift your weight forward into that right foot. Your hands can stay in eagle arms unless you're ready to unwrap right away. 2 options. You can launch into your warrior three, or you're going to drag your left toes. Fire up your standing leg, and then begin to lift with that back leg. Breathe. And then unwrap into your airplane. We've been here before. Breathe. 3. Enjoy your turbulence. 2. And nice and slowly come back into your crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, come into your 2. Get nice and low. And take a breath in. And let's reverse our warrior. Inhale, glide through 2. And let's go nice into that extended side angle. We'll do one more each way. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, 2. Deep extended. Come back into your 2. And then begin to straighten out your front leg. Let's bring both feet to one side. To me, it'll be my left side. I'm going to face you. You'll probably be facing to your left. Yeah. Take the feet as wide as you can on your mat, allowing them, the outsides of your feet, to be parallel with either end of your mat, behind your hips. There's little cramps in there sometimes. Take a breath in, shine your heart, and fold forward. Maybe your hands come down to the mat, to the floor. Maybe you're going to walk your hands through. Maybe you're going to grab onto the outside of your feet. I want you to fold forward and enjoy it. If you've got a block or blocks or a water bottle, use that to your advantage. If you're working toward that idea of getting your crown of your head to your floor as we slowly begin to prep toward that tripod headstand, maybe putting your head on a block. Even if it's upright, you know the sensation of shifting that weight forward, right? So breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Let yourself go a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can soften into it a little bit. Take a breath in. And nice and slowly, let's climb it into a halfway lift. Plant your left hand on the floor or on your black back. And nice and slowly reach your right fingertips to the sky. Let's just take a little wrist circle at the top. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Right hand down, left arm up. And both hands come down. Slowly, let's transition. Climbing our way towards the top of the mat, which will be for most of you will be towards your right foot. Coming into your runner's lunge. Taking all the variations here. Maybe you come into lizard where your hands are, your forearms are on the mat or your back knee comes down. I would really encourage you to take your right foot all the way to the edge of your mat and rock to the outside of that foot. See if you can get into that other place in that right hip. We work the shoulders. Let's see if we can give the hips a little bit of work too. Breathe. I'm going to face you for a moment. For those of you who are working on hurdler's pose and you got a block and you need the prep, put it above your knee. The rest of you walk the hands closer toward the body, bringing those elbows in nice and tight. Walk that right foot out. See if you can maybe get the face a little closer, maybe float that top leg. For those of you who are working on your hurdlers, go ahead and play and stay. I'll meet you back in that little lovely stretch for some of you lizard on the other side. Hip open and breathe. Eventually, let's all meet with both hands on the mat, pressing the mat away. Your back toes are curled under. Nice and slowly, let your right foot come back to meet your left. We're going to rock that side plank to the left. Modifications to come onto that bottom knee. Otherwise, your feet are stacked or staggered, one in front of the other. Right fingertips to the sky, or maybe you like that little rainbow arc today. Yeah, lifting that right hip to the sky, right wing. Breathe 3, 2. Both hands to the mat. Chaturanga if you like. I'll meet you in down dog. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try the other side. Inhale, left leg high. Bend your knees, sweep your foot between your hands. Inhale, reach biceps to the sky. The left comes underneath the right this time. Reach them up. And maybe you walk them across the ceiling. Yeah, breathe, breathe, breathe. And then bringing the gaze forward, transitioning the weight to the left foot, either dragging your right toes or finding like a little bit of a launch as you transition into your warrior 3 legs. Again, taking those right toes down will help you with that balance. And lifting with the back of the right leg. Breathe. And maybe unwrapping and finding your plane. Breathe. 3. The left dog of the chest. 2. Begin to bend your standing leg and come right back into your crescent lunge. So we essentially just came in and out of a warrior 3 with eagle arms from different directions. Come in here. Warrior 2. Yeah, inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, 2. Exhale, extend. Inhale, 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, 2. Nice, deep, extended breathe. Lift back into your 2. Straighten your front legs. Shake it off. Let's take the heels out. Heels in, excuse me. Toes out. And be mindful as we begin to move into our horse pose, or what we sometimes call goddess, that your knees are tracking toward your pinky toes. Try not to take that chest forward. See if you can stack your shoulders over your hips. Yeah. And then bring your hands into prayer position. I call this marinating. So glide a little side to side to find your sweet spot. You find that challenge, maybe your edge today. And breathe. Working on that shoulder work. One stretch might be to take the hands behind the back and take opposite hand to opposite elbow. For some of you, you might like reverse namaste. So it's like taking the prayer behind the back and then slowly walking the prayer up the spine. And then once there, press into the spine and shine the heart forward. Yeah, breathe. And again, challenge those legs. If it means you got to find a little movement, go right ahead. Breathe. Now find some stillness. And lift those heels up. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink your heels. Straighten out. Shake it out. Let's Bring the heels out, toes in, take a breath in, and forward fold. Plant your left hand, right fingertips to the sky, gaze up. This time, let's thread the needle. Take the right hand underneath the left armpit, towards the left leg, maybe all the way to the ankle as you find that stretch. And gaze to your left. Let the head drop. Pressing the floor away with the left hand, reach the right arm up. And right hand comes down, nice and slow. Inhale, left arm up, gaze up. Exhale, thread the needle the opposite direction. Breathe. Inhale, left arm up. And both hands come down. Let's climb our way to the top. Coming into that runner's lunge on the other side. Taking that left foot all the way to the edge of your mat. Hands on the mat, forearms on the mat, knees down. Or again, maybe working on that hurdler's pose where you're taking those nice wide hands, walking them close to the body, elbows right inside. And you begin to toe heel that left foot out and maybe give it a float. Right? Breathe. If that's not where you're at today, it's all good. Just want to offer a little something for everyone, right? Breathe. If you're enjoying that runner's lunge stretch, have at it, man. Breathe. One more breath here. Let's all meet with our hands on the mat. Back toes curled under, back knee up. Left comes back to meet the right, finding your full side plank. Modification, right knees on the mat. Staggering the feet, stacking the feet. I would encourage you to do whatever you did on the other side. Breathe. Lift a little higher. 3, 2, both hands come down. Chaturanga if you like. Down dogs where we meet. Take a breath in through your nose. Take a breath out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more inhale and one more exhale. Nice and slowly bring the gaze to your hands. I want you to step, jump, climb, crawl all the way through till you come down onto your seat. Yeah, take your legs forward, shake them out. Take a breath in, maybe grab a drink, maybe swallow off. We're going to do a little bit of core work. Unfortunately, the music doesn't tie in so well because I don't have control anymore. I don't get to be the DJ in the room, do I? Sorry about that. Need a little drink. Let's take a quick forward fold before we come down onto our backs and move through our little core work series. So reach your arms up nice and high to the sky. I promise that once you're on your back, I'm not going to make you stand back up again. So let's fold forward, see what we can find today. So I want you to think about that book folding forward, not the rounded spine forward quite yet. And as always, if you can't reach the feet, bend the knees, grab the outsides of the feet, and use that as leverage to slowly help you climb yourself forward. Yeah. If this is super easy for you and you're lucky enough to have a block in your home, put that block at the bottom of your foot, grab the outsides of the block, and breathe. Using the exhale to take yourself a little bit deeper. Now, when you feel like you might have come to that space where it's about as far as we're going to make today, I want you to soften in there. I want you just to pause for a second. And as the breath scans your body, notice how it feels. Take a breath in. And nice and slowly begin to stack one vertebra on top of the other. Come sitting straight up. Let that block go off to the side. I don't know if you need it at all anymore today. If you have any kind of muscle or abdominal separation, I prefer that you bring your knees in, drop them to the side, and slide your way down. If you are totally groovy in the abdominals, let's float the arms. I'm going to encourage you to flex your feet and take it nice and slow as we lower down. Even slower. Whoa, slower. No, no. Hold. Energy through your heels. And release. Once your head reaches the mat, bring your knees and your chest, give yourself a little squeeze, circle in one direction. And take that circle in the other direction. Then go ahead and straighten out your left leg, pull your right knee and just give it a little squeeze, and then hold it there, all right? Take your fingertips, not a basket grip, just fingertips behind the head, elbows are gonna stay wide. I want those shoulders nice and wide. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up and off the mat, and take your left elbow to your right knee. Come back to the center, bring both knees together, and switch. Center, and switch. I really want you to lift up and off the mat. Center, And switch. You want to move faster, go ahead, but I really encourage you to keep the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. And then work those obliques and breathe. Center and reach. Center and reach. Little faster. Left, right, left, right. I can't hear my music anyway, so reach the elbow to the opposite side of your knee, the outside of the knee. Lift that shoulder up and up, working across. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, straight leg. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep those elbows wide. 4, reach. 3, almost there. 2, 1, and release. Head down, knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take those knees in a little circle one direction. And reverse. And then slowly grab onto the knees. Take the knees wide on your mat and circle them all the way around till the soles and heels of your feet come together to touch. Calling Supta Baddha Konasana. If this is a little too much, always just take the feet a little further towards the top of your mat. If you want a little more, bring the heels in tight. Yeah. Take a moment here. Just let the knees splay out. Always can use blocks or rolled towels or pillows as support on the outside of the thighs if this is too much. I want you just to stay for a breath. Yeah. Nice and easy. Take your belly button and press it to your lower back, to your spine. And then press your low back to the mat. You'll feel your pelvis lift up just a little bit. Fingertips stay behind the head, just like before. Keep those elbows wide. Gaze up at the ceiling and let your head, neck, and shoulders up and off the mat. And I want you to pause right here. Don't do anything else. Stay right here. Yeah, see if you can relax through the neck. Try not to pull the elbows forward. Lift, lift, lift with those abdominal muscles and stay. I'm going to help to press the bottoms of the feet together. Lift a little higher. And at this spot, at your highest spot, I'd love to have some tiny pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. If you can, lift those ankles off the mat. And pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on to 1. Ankles down. Head down. Nice. Let's straighten out that. Legs, reach the arms up and overhead. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist, give it a little tug as you breathe into your shoulders, point through your toes. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left hand grabs the right wrist, point through the toes, stretch up. And then begin to bend the knees, feet come flat on the mat. Begin to lift your arms so that they come up and over, palms come flat at the mat at your sides, forearms also obviously at your sides, ankles below your knees, just a little stretch into the bridge. So peel up your pelvis, your belly, and your chest, walk your shoulders underneath, and find your bridge pose. Being very mindful that your thighs and your feet are parallel and running along the same idea that tracks as your mat. Oftentimes the feet are a little wide, but that's not really what I'm going for today. Yeah. Really press the mat away. See if we can open up the chest. We did a lot of shoulder on the backside. Let's see if we can get into that chest. One way to do that is to walk those shoulders underneath and interlace those hands. And as you interlace the hands, press the floor away and lift up even higher. Rooting down through your heels. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Staying here. Lift just a little higher. And then slowly iron up your spine on your mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe sometimes taking those knees in a little circle feels nice. See that circle in one direction. And then maybe the opposite. And then it's yogi's choice. So either you're going to flex the feet, reach your heels to the ceiling, curl your toes towards your face, and the arms relax at your sides. If you're lucky enough to have a strap or your mat binder rope. Maybe you're gonna put that over your feet and give that a little tug. Or a towel, that feels nice. For those of you who have shoulder stand as part of your practice, you're gonna bend the knees, bring your arms at your sides, palms facing down. Use the energy from your palms to lift your legs up and over, coming behind you. Maybe all the way down to the floor behind you in plow pose. And then pressing the floor away, begin to lift your toes to the sky. Take your hands to your low back, shimmy those shoulders, and lift those heels to the sky. From here on out, this is a point where don't move your head side to side. Be really gentle with your neck here. If this is a little bit too much, keep the hands at the low back, maybe to begin. But if you're working on maybe taking yourself a little deeper in your shoulder stand, begin to move your hands from your low back a little closer down towards your shoulders. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy each time, yeah. And once I'm in my shoulder stand, I like to play. Sometimes I bring my feet into Supta Baddha Konasana, so the soles and heels of the feet come together to touch. Sometimes I just take a wide straddle and I let my legs windmill from side to side. That feels really nice too. Take a couple moments to do it. Feels really nice for you and your body. Be mindful to be kind to that body of yours, yes. And then regardless if you are in legs up the wall or your shoulder stand, let's slowly make our way out. For those of you in shoulder stand, maybe you end up with your knees on either side of your ears in ear pinning pose for a breath. Maybe some of you end with your knees on your forehead. But I want you to iron out your spine onto your mat, and once you are there, grabbing the inside or the outside arches of your feet as you come into happy baby. Rock and roll that side to side. And as you rock and roll side to side, see if you can press your tailbone onto the mat. And if peace fingers grab your big toes, maybe taking one leg straight and then the other, or both legs straight. Whatever feels nice for you. Breathe. And then knees come back together to touch. Left foot to the floor, right ankle to your left knee. You're making a figure four, press the mat or your right knee away. Lift that left foot off the mat and interlace your hands behind your thigh and pull that thigh in so you can breathe into your right glute. Let's flex the top foot. For me, that's my right foot. And then press the heel to the left side of the room. Get into different space in the glutes. Back to center, left foot comes to the floor. Cross your legs completely. We tried this last week, Tuesday. Let's see how it goes today. Lift your knees in towards your chest. So your legs are crossed. For me, my right leg's on top of my left. I'm gonna straighten my legs, grab onto my calves. Maybe as I lift my bum a little off the floor, maybe my ankles, maybe the outsides of my feet, yeah? And then bring the legs down. So this is supine cow face pose. For those of you who are used to doing this in a seated position, this gives you a little more control. Some of you might have your knees reaching to the ceiling. Some of you might have your knees closer to your face, sort of like folding over your cow face. And then if you're lucky enough to grab your feet or your ankles, pull down and breathe into those glutes for 3, 2, and slowly release. Go ahead and uncross your legs. Right foot comes to the floor. Left ankle comes to the right knee, making that figure 4 on the other side. Interlace your hands behind that opposite thigh, pull it in. And maybe press the right side of the room away with that left heel. Right foot to the floor, begin to cross the legs completely, bring the knees into the chest. Face pose again. Your variation. So maybe you're going to straighten those legs, grab on the outside of the ankles, the outside of the feet, pull them down. Maybe the knees are facing the ceiling. Maybe they're a little closer, and be kind to your knees here, guys. And release, left foot to the floor. Yeah. Let's straighten out the left leg, pull the right knee in nice and tight, give it a little squeeze. Right arm's gonna make a half a T with your palm facing down ideally, so it's sort of like an anchor. And let that right leg come across. Supine twist. Feel that in your back if it's too much. Maybe a little less intensity. Maybe put a pillow or a block or whatever you might have underneath your right knee to allow yourself to relax. Using the exhale to take the twist a little deeper, take a breath in. Gaze to the center Bring the right knee back to the center. Let's just do the same thing on the other side. Pull that left knee in, give it a squeeze. The left arm palm faces down, anchors, and the right hand's gonna guide the knee across. Soften a little bit as you enjoy the stretch. Gaze and knee to the center. This time bring both knees in, take them wide, circle out the ankles in each direction. Knees back together to touch, forearms around the shins, squeeze forward to the knees, breath in. Exhale, blossom open into your final resting posture. Shavasana. Let your feet come towards the corners of your mat. Let your arms come at your sides. Typically I say palms facing up, but maybe today is one of those days where you want your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. I just hope for most of you that you have the opportunity to enjoy a couple moments in Shavasana. That permission to find some stillness, to bring that stillness to your practice. Coming full circle from the beginning of class where we started with our bodies in stillness, coming to this point with our bodies in stillness once again. If you haven't done so already, close your eyes. Letting the breath just flow freely through your body. Let it wash over you. I'm noticing here in your Shavasana, maybe how your body feels a little bit different than it did at the start of class. Using that breath to sink in deeper and deeper into your resting posture. Using that breath to keep your mind in this practice on your mat. It's just a couple of moments of stillness, a couple of moments of just sitting with yourself. Eventually I'll talk you back out of your final resting posture. But for now, I'd love you to take a huge inhale. And as you exhale, I'd love for you to just surrender here and stay in the stillness in your final resting posture. Shavasana. Nice and slowly again, let's begin to find those tiny movements in your Shavasana. Help you sort of draw that awareness back to the body. And for me, that's usually wiggling my fingers and circling my wrists. Wiggling my toes and circling my ankles. Finding that full, beautiful body stretch as you reach those arms up and overhead and point through your toes. Take a big breath in.
And as you exhale, hold on to your right or your left side. Pause in that fetal position as you bring your knees in a little closer to the body. Yes. Using this moment, this opportunity, this posture to hit your reset button. And as you do so, press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the computer, facing the camera. Sit tall. Finding your breath, keeping the eyes closed. Inhale, sweep your biceps up and overhead. Let the palms meet. And as the palms slide into prayer position at heart center, circle back to the beginning of class and maybe you set an intention of dedication, thought of something you were so grateful for today. Allow that to seep in, come to mind once again. And then exhale it out with your next breath. Always grateful. So very grateful to see people show up virtually to my class, especially when it's something new. Nice to know that you're out there. And still a huge privilege to guide you through your practice. Let's begin to lift the thumbs to the eyebrows and bow forward to seal this practice. Namaste.